From redefining alternative metal in the 80s and 90s to their surprise reunion in 2009, they've always done things on their own terms. But since their last tour in 2016, fans have been left asking, will Faith No More ever get back together again? See, Faith No More isn't just another rock band, they're an institution. They've made a career out of defying expectations, creating music that ranges from chaotic metal to soulful ballads, often within the same album. Their influence runs deep in modern music, and the possibility of their return feels like it could shake the rock world all over again. Yeah, ChatGPT wrote all of that. Anyway, in this video, we'll look over Faith No More as a band, each of its members, and all their side acts, and all the evidence that supports the idea of a reunion, and also, what would a reunion look like? Anyway, let's get started. Faith No More are a very interesting band. Most people know them for their first hit Epic, which came out in 1988 with The Real Thing, and made Anthony Kiedis a very angry man. Epic mixed rap, metal, and funk together in a way that nobody had really done yet at the time, and has thus been labelled as a highly influential release. After The Real Thing then came Angel Dust, which words cannot describe the greatness of this album. Do me a favour here and listen to it right now. Not only is it a masterpiece in terms of just how good it is, it was also such an original, influential album, something that no band had really done before. Not to mention how Mike Patton had gone from, a pretty good singer to quite possibly the greatest of all time, after Chris Cornell. Fun fact, by the way, Angel Dust was actually named the most influential album of all time by Kerrang! Magazine, above Black Sabbath's self-titled and even Nevermind by Nirvana. Anyway, from Angel Dust came King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime, which was also an exceptional album, though considerably different to Angel Dust, which was then followed by Album of the Year in 1997, which was, pretty solid. Faith No More has had an interesting history of breakups and lineup changes. Without going into detail, they've gone through, a lot of lineup changes, but more interestingly, they've had a few hiatuses and breakups too. They first disbanded in 1998 after the release of Album of the Year, and for the following 11 years it just seemed like that was it. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, they reunited in 2009, opening with their new tour with a performance at the Brixton Academy in London. This is kind of unrelated to the main message of the video, but his voice is probably somehow better after reuniting. Listen to their show at Coachella for context. Anyway, after their 2009 tour, they released Soul Invictus in 2015, which is actually really solid, and Faith No More went on another global tour in the album's support. But then came another hiatus. After touring for Soul Invictus, they seemed to drift apart again. It took 5 years to get new tour dates, when Faith No More announced an Australian tour across 5 stadiums and arenas in 2020, but these were ultimately cancelled due to Mike Patton's mental health issues. Damn. This brings us to now, where almost all of Faith No More's band members are engrossed in their own side acts, meaning that the chance of Faith No More reuniting will remain very low until all of these wrap up. Let's have a look. Mike Patton has had a history of involving himself in many, many bands. Of the 12 bands he's been in, yes, 12, the two most well known are of course Faith No More, and also Mr. Bungle, who recently toured Australia a few months ago. That being said, his previously mentioned mental health issues have slowed him down recently. In interviews, Patton has pretty openly talked about these issues, and so as a result, it could be a while before we see him on stage or in a studio for any band, let alone Faith No More. As Faith No More's bassist, Gould has stayed pretty active within the music scene, collaborating with a few artists and engrossing himself on several production projects. He has hinted in interviews that he's open to more Faith No More activity, but has given no concrete updates. The band's keyboardist has also stayed active within the music scene, involving himself with several projects, most notably his band Crickets. As for John Hudson and Mike Borden, I don't know, they're not doing much at the moment. So it's pretty clear that the members of Faith No More are still interested in contributing to music, except for John Hudson and Mike Borden for some reason. The question is whether or not they will ever put this energy back into Faith No More. The main thing that makes a Faith No More retour unlikely is Mike Patton's mental health issues. At the moment, he seems unable to write or record, but we'll get more into that later. The other main issue is that most of the band members are engrossed in their own side acts, and we would need every single member of the band to get a spare couple of years to write and record for a new album, and the chance of every band member getting this opportunity in the near future is pretty unlikely. That being said, there have been some rumours and hints about potential tours, with whispers circulating of a worldwide tour in 2025. There have also been rumours that the band might be in the early stages of recording new material, with as many as 8 tracks allegedly laid down already. So put simply, there are a lot of rumours, but the band members haven't exactly backed this up. The latest update from Roddy Bottom confirms that the band is still on a semi-permanent hiatus, and he recently shared that there are no immediate plans for the group to reconvene, as he's focusing instead on his other projects like Men on Men and Imperial Teen. Mike Patton, however, has discussed his recovery from agoraphobia, a type of anxiety, and his improving mental health, which could indicate his readiness to get back in the studio. So basically, there are a lot of rumours going around right now, and the only band member who has really given us any confirmation or denial of these rumours is Roddy Bottom, who is essentially saying that it's completely false. In my head, I do find it possible that he may just be lying so that if Faith No More do announce that they're recording again, it'll add even more hype, but maybe I'm just irrational and in denial. But let's just imagine for a second that Faith No More did announce that they were recording again. What would it even sound like? Well, given their track record, I think it could go in almost any direction. It could be a return to the experimental chaos of Angel Dust. It could have more of a funk influence like in The Real Thing. It could be a simpler, heavy album like King for a Day or even Sol Invictus, which I think is pretty likely given it's been the style of their most recent albums. But then again, they could go down the route of something completely unexpected and unknown. And given that Faith No More are not the type of band to follow any formulas or typical conventions of the genre, and considering that they tend to make their own styles and genres rather than following someone else's, it seems most likely that if they make a new album, it will be something very new. And then there's the thought of a reunion tour. Can you imagine how quickly something like that would sell out? And deservingly so. So, in conclusion, every piece of evidence points towards the fact that Faith No More could get back together in the future, but they're not doing anything together as a band currently. But me personally, given the sheer amount of rumors going around that they're already in the studio together, and given that the seemingly largest factor that stopped Faith No More from recording again, like Patton's mental health, has improved a lot recently, I have this sneaky feeling that we might hear an announcement from them soon. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. It will be really appreciated. Have a great day.